2023 Economic Development Corporation of Gun Barrel City meeting. I'd like to establish a quorum, if I may, from my left, please.
Jones here.
Key here.
Kroll here.
Weller here.
Bond here.
We have a quorum. We will now stand for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I know this is a little off script, but I do want to take a moment. I think that everyone, when you go home this evening, I think the events of the last couple of days, I think we should put every family and every person that was involved in the Allen shooting, put them in your prayers. That is a really tough thing. I personally have been a part of something like that. I know how long that takes to erase from your memory banks. There's a lot of people that are struggling right now, and I know they could use our prayers, and I'll leave it at that. Citizens' comments, Robin, we have none.
No, there's not any.
There isn't any. So we will move to our second agenda item, which is, do I have a motion to discuss or take action to approve the April 11th, 2023 EDC meeting minutes?
I'd like to make a motion that we discuss, take actions to approve the April 11th, 2023 EDC minutes.
I have a motion by Mr. Bond. Do I have a second?
Jones second.
That approves. Let me have a vote from my left, please.
Could I take a moment?
Absolutely, you can.
These are my first set of minutes, and I'd like to explain why they're a little long. I think the board members take a look. I decided in the current climate that rather than summarize what people said, I would put down as verbatim as I could what they said. I used a transcript of the meeting and transcribed what they said, which is why they're so long. I thought it was also, I'm sorry, oops, especially important because Stephen Haynes, the developer of Pier 334, was on the phone, and he was answering in detail specific questions, and I was hoping that with those answers, and we could refer people to the meeting minutes, we wouldn't hear some of the recurring questions we get. Why have there been delays? Who are your partners? Why have the costs doubled, et cetera? I don't know how long I will keep this up. If people like it, I will keep it up as long as I am secretary. But I felt like in terms of full disclosure, we needed to have as verbatim a transcript as we possibly can. This is the official record. Yes, we have a video, and yes, you can view that, but the official record is a written copy of the minutes. So that is why they're so long. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Weller. I didn't mean to interrupt you. That was very well said. I'm thankful for that. So now we have a motion by Mr. Bond and a second by Mr. Key, so we will vote from my left, please.
Jones, yes.
Key, yes.
Kroll, yes.
Weller, yes.
Bond, yes.
Motion passes. Item number 3 on our list this evening will be discuss do I have a motion to discuss or take action to approve the March 2023 EDC financials?
I move that we discuss or take action to approve the March 2023 EDC financials.
I have a motion by Mrs. Weller. Do I have a second?
Bond, second.
Bond and Mr. Key, second. Any discussion?
Robin?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see you down there.
The handheld microphone is not working this evening.
Okay. I was just curious, under the reconciliation detail. Who or what are we paying Independence Title for? If you have that information. I noticed the last payment was for $850, but we have a total of $35,327.51. And I was just wondering.
Independence Title is, we were refunded the escrow that we paid for the property at Sandy Shores property behind the liquor store.
Okay,
Then that Realtor took it to a new title company, and we reissued the hold money for that property. It's still, the title is still in litigation, but this just maintains our opportunity to purchase it when it becomes available.
okay, so it just, whenever we,
It came out of
we
one
we
bank.
redid the contract on it, we went with a different title company.
That's correct.
Okay, it was just a curiosity.
Sure.
And one more,
Okay.
Due North Media, is that not Golden Shovel?
Due North is a different publication. It's not Golden Shovel. It is, it's an advertising that we've been doing online and in, I'm trying to think of the Trade and Industry magazine, I believe.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Any further discussion?
Yeah, I have a question. We talked, oh my gosh, last August, maybe, about a new format for this. We had a workshop with the CPA,
Yes.
and nothing's changed.
That's correct. And I do bring it up with her each time.
And the answer she gives is?
It's tax season and we're busy. I mean, I'm ready to bid this out if you guys would like to bid it out to a different firm to do our accounting.
I'm quoting Ron Warwick, who said, but we're a client too, and it can't be tax season 12 months a year.
That is very valid. Yes, ma'am.
So do we need a motion to do that?
It's not specifically on the agenda, but I can get some bids and we can have it on the agenda to discuss at our next meeting.
Great.
I think that'd be great.
I think that would be a good answer.
Our POA gets the same response from her.
Any further discussion? Great, all right. So we'll be voting from my left, please.
Jones, yes.
Key, yes.
Kroll, yes.
Weller, yes?
Bond, yes.
Motion passes. Number 4 on our item is, do I have a motion to discuss and/or take action to sponsor the Texas Bass Nation Adult State Fishing Tournament in April of 2024 at $5,000?
I move that we take action to sponsor the Texas Bass Nation Adult State Fishing Tournament in April 2024 at $5,000.
I have a motion by Mr. Key. Do I have a second?
Jones, second.
Jones, second. Any discussion?
You guys have seen in your packet the financial predictions that they have for this. This is not a tournament that's been here in the past, and it is an adult tournament, and it is statewide. So it will bring people to our community from all over the state. It is a year out. It's in 2024, so they're doing some early planning and came to the city. I met with the city manager and this gentleman about what they might need to bring this here, and that's why we have this discussion.
Perfect. I think it's
But
a,
they're coming here for sure?
Yes, they're planning to come here.
Okay.
So anything that we don't help them with sponsorship-wise, they will ask the city to help with out of hotel motel funds.
Do we know what we're getting for our $5,000 sponsorship?
We get a return on financial impact to the community. They haven't really lined out what they offer, but I would imagine that we would have, this would be similar to when we sponsor the dinner for the youth tournament, where we would be there and have our banner, and mostly it would be about that dinner on the Thursday night.
Okay. I was just thinking, wondering if 5,000 was an adequate number, if we wanted to look at more, or if we can sponsor them for more.
They asked for 10, so certainly you can increase the sponsorship.
Can I make a motion that we meet them in the middle?
Do we have the money to do 10?
We do.
Well, I was going 750, but 10 sounds good too. I mean, it is going to be a great economic impact on our sales tax revenue for the city. And the more of these type of events we can get into Gun Barrel, that's just another feather in our cap.
Yeah, I agree. This kind of starts us on a circuit of bringing these groups here, which is beneficial.
Just to refresh my memory, how much did we go ahead and finally approve for the youth tournament?
The youth tournament, I believe we said 3? Did we? I believe we said 3.
I believe that was 3. Mr. Bond, would you like to make a motion to,
I'd like,
Mr. Key would amend his motion?
yeah, Mr. Key would, I believe.
you good with that, Mr. Key? Would you like to make that motion then?
Yes.
For 10 or 750?
I make it for $10,000.
Okay. We have a motion on the floor now to discuss and or take action to sponsor the Texas Bass Nation Adult State Fishing Tournament in April of 2024 at the amount of $10,000. Do I have a second?
Bond second.
Any further discussion? I think that's money well spent. From my left, please.
Jones, yes.
Key, yes.
Kroll, yes.
Weller, yes?
Bond, yes.
Motion passes. Number 5 on our agenda this evening is to make a motion to discuss and or take action to elect a new treasurer. Do I have a nomination?
I'd like to nominate Deidre Jones for treasurer. Don't do that.
I would second that, even though she's shaking her head. Anyone else?
Wants to be.
Mr. Key, are you interested in that?
No, I really not. Thank you. I think you would be the perfect person to do that.
Well, the reason I say no is my term is going to be over shortly, in just a few months.
We've yet to bring another member onto the board.
Okay.
Correct? So I think that in the erstwhile, it would be great. I'm going to support you for the erstwhile.
Thanks.
Okay. Voting from my left.
Jones, yes.
Key, yes.
Kroll, yes.
Weller, yes.
Bond, yes.
Congratulations to our new treasurer, Deidre Jones.
Boy.
Number 6 on our agenda is to discuss social media and the role of the Economic Development Corporation in this matter. Robin, would you like to speak to that for us?
Yes, I just want to talk a little bit again about the Economic Development Corporation and its purpose. It was voted on by the citizens of Gun Barrel in 2 separate elections to dedicate 1/4% of our sales tax revenue to economic development. And there are specific ways that that money has to be spent. And that is why you can't just transfer what we have over to the streets department or something different like that. It is specifically to bring in new business, to retain existing business, create new employment, and for community betterment. And that can be interpreted a lot of different ways, but it is specifically for those purposes. And then regarding social media, I just would like to remind everyone again, please do the best that you can to represent our city in a positive light. It really does affect the ability to attract new businesses here when things look very ugly, and it really does affect what our community looks like.
I think it's important that and I'm not saying I'm not guilty from time to time, because I have been. I'm trying very hard to correct correct that behavior. So I'm painting myself with the same brush as everyone. I think it's real important for board members, the members of Planning and Zoning Commission, and the members of council to set the example rather than be part of the disruption. And I would hope that all of us, including myself, move from this moment, make a commitment to do that.
I would just like to add to that and echo all of that, we're always going to have disagreements, and that's the beauty of, being an American. So, and that's great, and we should have those discussions. But in the public eye, if we're not all pulling on the same rope, then we look really, really poor in the eyes of many people. Now, behind closed doors, that's great. I mean, we can have those discussions, and we can disagree with each other and maybe never come to an agreement. But I think in a public eye, we all need to be pulling on the same rope. Pardon me, sometimes the coach comes out of me. Yes, sir?
I know we're not supposed to be able to speak during the
That's
meeting.
right.
We're supposed to sign up before the meeting starts.
Yeah.
I get all that, but when I walked in here tonight, I didn't have any questions, therefore I didn't sign up.
Well, I mean, I don't know how to help you.
And then we get questions during the meeting that we'd like to ask, and we can't ask them.
Sure you can. We have another board meeting coming up next time.
Board meeting next time,
Absolutely. I know you have a memory longer than that. Well, but you can take a couple of little notes, come in with a notepad like the rest of us do, and take a note of that question that you have, and you'd be more than welcome to speak at that. Okay, can I just say something? What does this have to do with anything dealing with the Economic Development Corporation? Well, God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and you bring your thing to us next time. Thank you very much. To finish my thought process, and I'm new to sitting in this chair, otherwise I wouldn't have called on you. Diane wouldn't have, but I did. What goes on in front of everyone needs to be a common goal and a common denominator, and that is with everyone that's involved with the city, period. I think there's no further discussion. I think we've kind of beat that horse to death. We are now on item number 7. We are going to adjourn to executive session. Do you have the sheet? I'd like to recall the Gunboro City Board of Directors Economic Development Corporation meeting, and let the record show at 6:59 we have reconvened. Item 8 on our agenda is I'd like to have a motion to discuss and/or take action to approve a loan to a business, Gunboro Transmission. I think we have tabled that. Do I have a motion that we table that?
I make a motion that we table that item.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Key, second. May I have a vote from my left, please?
Jones, yes.
Key, yes.
Kroll, yes.
Willer, yes.
Bond, yes.
We will table that item. 8B, may I make a motion to discuss and/or take action to approve a loan to a business of Waves is 456 for $100,000. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve a loan in the amount of $100,000 at 2%. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
To Waves.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Mr. Key, second. I'll take a vote from my left, please.
Jones, yes.
Key, yes.
Kroll, yes.
Willer, yes.
Bond, yes.
That motion passes. 8C, our last item, is to discuss and/or take action to approve a road easement on the EDC-owned property. I think we're not really pressed at this time to make a decision on that, so I think we would like to table that. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we table indefinitely that issue on building a road across that particular section of land.
I have a motion by Mr. Key. Do I have a second?
A second.
May I have a vote from my left, please?
Jones, yes.
Key, yes.
Kroll, yes.
Willer, yes.
Bond, yes.
Passes. I make a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
We adjourn.